Greetings, my beloveds, and welcome to my little studio sanctuary. I am your host, Star Lotus. I am a Reiki Master, Crystal Alchemy Sound Bowl Healer, Crystal Chakra, singer-songwriter, energy coach and facilitator, jewelry artist, makeup artist, and just all the beautiful arts. It is so lovely to have you guys here with me on a Wednesday night. So we've got this full moon coming up tomorrow, and I just want to say welcome and this Gemini full moon sound healing. This is the last full moon of the year, and with that comes a certain softness, an exhaustion, even a sense of having moved through so many chapters, so many versions of ourselves over the past 12 months. You might feel tired, you might feel uncertain, you might feel like you're standing at the threshold between who you've become and who you are becoming. And all of that is okay. Gemini energy is multifaceted, multi-layered, multidimensional. It invites us to recognize that we too have many faces, many truths, many desires, many aspects that don't always neatly align. This full moon isn't asking you to choose one or to force clarity. It's asking you to sit down with all of your complexity without rushing to get it all together. Gemini teaches that you open when you stopped resisting your complexity, when you relax into the in-between spaces. And the energy codes work, we call this the void, the place where possibility is forming, where we build capacity, and where new ingredients for the coming year begin to root themselves. This year brought so much duality, so many highs and lows, so many paths we tried on, stepped away from, or circled back to. Tonight is not about sorting it all out. It's about sitting with it, sitting with the cosmic complexity of this year, and letting the pieces be what they are. When we stop forcing resolution, our true voice has room to rise. As you settle into the sound journey, soften your judgment of yourself. Judgment blocks enjoyment. Judgment blocks breath. Judgment blocks the part of you that already knows the way forward. Honor who you are right now. Honor what you've lived through this year. Honor the emotions that want to move through your body. It's okay to sit and feel. It's okay to not have all the answers. You can trust yourself. You will have what you need at each step. This full moon is also highlighting the little glimmers, those tiny moments of clarity, sweetness, or synchronicity that show up as breadcrumbs from our higher self. Gemini is a sign of signals. Pay attention to the subtle things that sparkle for you. They are guiding you on your path. Tonight, through the frequencies, the breath, the stillness, and the crystalline tones, we are expanding our capacity. We're making room for what the new year is preparing to bring in. We're letting the nervous system unwind enough for truth to emerge. We're relaxing into the void so that intuition can speak clearly. So I feel like right now, a lot of us can't see around that corner. And we've talked about this before. We've talked about the spiral of creation and how we can go through this creative phase and then we sustain that creation. And then as that creation has served us and when it's coming to an end, we go through like a deconstruct phase. And then after that deconstruct phase, there's the void. And I feel like a lot of us are sitting in that void right now where, we know that whatever cycle that we just went through is ending, but there's something that's coming, but we can't quite see it yet. So there's a little anxiety. There's a little bit of like, oh my God, I have to sort everything out. I have to get everything together. And then we feel that pressure at the end of the year. And with the new year coming in, it's like, oh, I have to have all my resolutions and I have to have everything together before we jumped in this new year. Because if I don't have everything together, if I don't start going to the gym, we're in do mode again. And you remember, that's also avoiding what is coming in. When you're do, you're also avoiding. So at this time right now, there's a lot of uncertainty, and it's time to actually sit with that uncertainty and to be okay with the duality of the things that we want and the things that we're not sure what we want, and just that duality of everything that's coming, because it's teaching us stuff. It's serving us. And if we can be authentic with ourselves, if we can be more understanding with ourselves and allow those uncomfortable moments to express themselves, we're diving more into that authenticity and clarity. I had a friend over right before my sound healing tonight, and her and I always get into some really cool conversations. I counsel her a little bit, and we move through stuff, and I've just seen her grow so much. And we were sitting down and we were talking, and right now she's in a job that she doesn't like, and it's giving her anxiety, and we took it to the body again. Remember, sit with it. Feel it. You have to embody these feelings. That's what all this breath work is about, is the embodiment factor. So she was telling me how this meeting went today and how it was stressing her out, and I went, where do you feel it in the body? And I'm like, I'm betting you're feeling it in your solar plexus. And she's like, yeah, I feel like I didn't have control. I couldn't do it. My self-esteem with this job, like just everything. And she's like, I could stick with it. It's great money, but like it's not serving me. And I'm like, so these are your road signals. We talked about this in the last session. These are the road signals that are coming up to show you where to do the work. She doesn't need to stay with this job, but she can use that road signal of, this is not my gig, this is not what I want, and that I don't have any control, I don't understand how to do this. She can use that road signal and breathe into that space to create the capacity. Like I said, there's new ingredients coming in that are going to help us with the things that we have coming. But right now we can't see around the corner because we're in the void. We're kind of like in this in between where we know that something is ending. We know that there's like the spaciousness, but we're fighting it by like, oh, what do I have to do? And it's like, no, use that and do what you need to do. Don't just be stagnant. Always be growing, but use those signals of, this is not what I want, to get in there, and then use the glimmers of things that are what you want to work with that energy. So any little wins that you guys have had this week, or even if it's a past win, take that to the body too, and work with that space where things maybe are feeling a little uncertain, and work with, okay, this is when something was really going good for me. I remember how that felt when everything was in flow and I was in my motion and things were happening. Let me use that feeling to connect this feeling of uncertainty right now and breathe those together and blend them so that we can build that circuitry in there, because that's what we're doing. We're building the circuitry. We're building more capacity to be able to handle bigger things. And she's looking at this other job now, and this is just an example that can be used as a broad example. She's looking at this other job, and there are some stressful things that could be in that job too. But if she's using this right now in this job that she's not liking, that she's uncertain with, and she's building the circuit here, when she comes to anything that's going to be a little bit of a struggle or harder to deal with, and in the new things that are coming around the corner that she can't quite see yet, if she can use that to build upon that capacity and that circuitry, when those other things happen, if she's happier in the new place, those things are going to come easy for her, because she's built that circuitry of the stress that she's feeling right now, so that things can be more clear, more abundant, and more flowing in her life. Because just like with that torque field image that we always look at, where the energy is flowing, if the energy comes down from source, from the universe, from your higher self, it comes down, it hits that chakra 10, your embodiment chakra, and then it flows back up. And if you don't have anything that's causing you any little signals at that moment, your energy's flowing. It's going in that torque field, it's flowing around. But if there's things that are coming into your life to show you where to do the work, your energy's got to go around those spaces. It's not a blocked chakra, like we always say. It's just a space where that energy is not flowing. So if that energy has to go around, your torque field gets wobbly. It's not coming out as free flowing, because it's showing you there's a spot to work. And when you work on that spot with the breath work, that torque field can then start to flow again. And what helps is that now you can see things clearly. You're not seeing through a distorted field. You're not seeing through that shaky field with gunk and residue in it. You're clearing that with the breath, so that flow can actually flow, and you can see through it at a clear experience, and you're going to be able to handle things differently and better. So it's just about building that circuitry where you're at, and relaxing into it. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. It's okay to have what you're having. Don't try to avoid it, because if you avoid it, you're never working on that area that all of these signals are coming for you to work on. It's okay for things to come up. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to have that authentic expression, because otherwise you're just pushing it down and you're not really doing anything with it, and it's going to come back up again and again and again. And it's just that pattern, and you'll notice patterns in your life that keep reoccurring. And you'll notice if you actually dealt with those patterns, or if you didn't deal with them and you just let them go, they're going to come back either in the same way or in a stronger way. So it's time to actually sit with these things and not be afraid to sit with these emotions coming up. It's okay to feel. It's okay to be where you're at. It's okay to be uncertain. It's okay to not have it all together. It's coming. Believe in yourself. Trust in yourself. Trust that if you are doing the work and you are breathing into the spaces and you're bringing that energy, that all things in your life are going to flow and that everything that you need is going to come in. And you're setting that up with that trust in yourself, your higher self. We're going to call on our ancestors and spirit guides to give us some signs because, like I said, Gemini really brings it up those signs and signals and those synchronicities. So we're going to call on our ancestors and our spirit guides tonight to really help us and show us the way and guide us. Because when we're open to that, we can see the guidance that comes in. So that was just like a little bit of that kind of a talk. But as we talk about that central channel breath, remember we're breathing in from 2 feet above. We're exhaling 2 feet below. We're doing that big full belly breath, and we go over this deeper in all of the sound healings. We're doing that big full belly breath, and you can put your hand on your belly and your hand on your upper lobes of your lungs. We want to be breathing into the belly and then the upper lobes of the lungs. That's wisdom in action. That allows all that information to rise and for you to connect those dots, for you to keep flowing, for you to keep knowing that everything is serving you, everything is coming to teach you, everything is coming to build that circuitry so that you can flow easier and more abundantly as life in the universe brings you those blessings, that you can fully embrace those things, and you can fully embrace the things that are ready to leave and the things that you're ready to release, because it's all serving you at the end of the day. So let us introduce the bowls now. Let's change up the voice a little bit. Hello, hello. All right. Let's introduce these bowls. So tonight we're going to be working in the key of A sharp, moving through A sharp, D, and F. I chose this key because it meets us where this Gemini full moon energy sits, in the in-between, in the uncertainty, in the quiet moments where intuition begins to speak. These bowls hold the perfect combination of stress regulation, emotional trust, and unconditional self-love. Our A sharp mother of platinum bowl works with the pituitary, hypothalamus, and pineal glands, the deep inner regulators of our stress response, intuition, circadian rhythm, and inner chemistry. This bowl helps soothe the nervous system, soften overwhelm, and bring us back into the body so we can actually sit with our complexity instead of resisting it. Our high A sharp, citrine platinum, lifts that same frequency into clarity and brightness, helping us to produce inner light, literally and energetically. It supports melatonin balance, intuitive sight, and the feeling of I can trust my timing, which is very important right now. This bowl brings us a gentle spark of optimism through the fog. And then we have our grounding big low D lepidolite. This one drops us into the sacral chakra, the emotional body, creativity, trust, and sensitivity. Lepidolite is naturally calming, helping to dissolve tension and emotional pressure. This bowl reminds you that it's safe to feel, safe to create, and safe to flow with what is unfolding. And then we have our middle D, aqua aura gold, with tesseract salt. This bowl brings in clarity, fluidity, and multidimensional creativity. It helps you to trust yourself in the unknown, softening resistance so intuition can move through you more freely. This bowl holds a crystalline in-between space, the void, where possibilities begin to form. Because even though the void can sometimes be a little bit like, what am I doing? It's also where things are born, where possibilities happen. There's just so many different avenues that you can take in the void. It's all just waiting for you. And then we have our little high D green goddess apotholite bowl, which aligns with your soul purpose chakra, the bird's eye view. This bowl lifts you above the noise and into your higher knowing. It connects the glimmers, those subtle signs, synchronicities, and inner nudges into a clearer sense of direction. It supports a feeling that everything is happening for you. And then we have our F platinum bowl, which anchors us into the heart. Unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, and connection. This bowl helps dissolve self-judgment and softens the places where you may have been hard on yourself this year. It opens up space in the chest, letting you receive yourself fully and letting life flow a little easier. And then, last minute, I decided to bring in our other A bowl. This is A sharp, this is A. So we're bringing in a little binaural. So that's going to add a little balance to us. And this one is A Mount Shasta Serpentine with Platinum. This bowl was in our last sound healing. This bowl works with the third eye and your inner vision. Mount Shasta Serpentine brings ancient earth energy and deep healing, helping you to rise into clarity and truth. The platinum adds a soft feminine field of protection so you can explore your inner world safely and without overwhelm. I thought that was kind of important to bring in tonight to give that soft feminine field of protection and that ancient earth energy grounding and helping you rise into that clarity and truth. So when I play these two together, you're going to hear that little flutter of energy between the two. So that's really going to work on balancing that third eye. So I'm going to bring that in here and there throughout the sound healing. And yes, so together, these frequencies weave nervous system calm, emotional trust, intuitive clarity, and heart-centered acceptance. The perfect energetic medicine for a Gemini full moon that invites us to honor our many layers, release the pressure to figure everything out, and simply allow ourselves to be. You don't need to figure anything out right now. You just need to let yourself be. Let the sound hold you. Let the spaciousness open your knowing. So I'm going to start off with some beautiful cicadas that I took a sound bite of when I was in North Dakota. And then we're also going to bring in a nice little creek that I took a sound bite of as well when I was in South Dakota. So we're going to have some beautiful little nature energy coming in. And part of my set is in 432 hertz, and then part of it is in 528. So we're working with that earth energy, and we're also working with that unconditional love, DNA repair, and cellular repair energy. So we're working on a lot of different spectrums tonight. I invite you to take a deep breath in from 2 feet above, making sure you're breathing into that belly first, then the upper lobes of the lungs, and slow that breath down. Slow it down even more. Do that ocean breath where you make your throat a little smaller so it takes longer. So you can hear your breath. Fully inhale, breathing bigger than the body. And then slowly, slowly, when you're ready, exhaling 2 feet below, down through the sacral, the root, and 2 feet into the ground. Fully exhaling, belly button to spine, pushing all the air out. Sitting there for a moment when you exhale all the air. And then slowly, slowly, when you're ready, from 2 feet below, breathing back up into the belly, then into the upper lobes of the lungs. Fully breathe, feel that expansion. And breathe bigger than the body. And when you're ready, slowly, slowly exhale through the heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown, and 2 feet above you to your higher self. Keep this 2 feet above and 2 feet below breath meeting in the middle with those big belly inhales and exhales, breathing in the channel. You can also hold Mula Bandha, which is your root lock, which is lightly tightening those pelvic floor muscles to ground yourself into the body. Relax those shoulders down and back as you're breathing in the channel. Take a moment to allow what wants to come up to come up. Are there any common themes or feelings that keep revisiting you? Maybe it's something that you're going through right now. Maybe it's something from the past. Work with that embodiment. See where in the body you're feeling this come up. And if you can't feel it, maybe it's this place where your mind goes to. Maybe just put your hand goes somewhere. Tune into the body as you're breathing. Maybe when you're taking that breath, you feel an area that just feels a little tight, especially when you're thinking about whatever is coming up for you. Breathe into that space. Take a moment to breathe into here. happens. And as you're breathing into this space, I want you to remember a time where things were flowing perfectly for you, where things were going your way, where you felt like you were really just doing what you were supposed to be doing. Everything was aligning. You're like, wow, then this happened. Oh my goodness. I want you to think about those moments of victory, those moments of flow. These are the glimmers, the moments that show you that you're on the right path, that are guiding you. Those little unexpected, gentle, happy, joyful surprises. Or maybe you've worked really hard for something and you finally achieved it. And it feels really good to know that all that work that you put in brought you to where you needed to be. I want you to remember a time. I want you to take that feeling of that victory. And I want you to breathe that feeling into that space that you were feeling a little tension, a little tightness, a little closed off. Breathe in that energy of that victory, that win, that flow into that space. Blend those together. We can let go of everything else and just bring in that feeling into the space that we were feeling, that tightness, that tension. Allow yourself to let go of whatever was holding on to that space, but breathe into that space. Feel that expansion with that feeling of victory. Blend those feelings. Integrate that. Allow it to guide you. I'm going to call upon our ancestors and our spirit guides to guide us through the rest of this year onto our new paths with love and patience and kindness. We ask that they may give us signs and guidance, synchronicities, to show us the way, to reaffirm to ourselves that we're on the right path. Trusting that we will see what we need to see to guide us through to the next chapter, to our next creation phase. On our next journey. You're coming into yourself more and more. the circuits you've built, knowing that every step of the way was guiding you to something greater, different, more expansive. Life isn't going to stop happening, so we build that circuitry, we build that capacity to be able to hold more, to be able to embody more, your authentic self, when you are allowing for all of those parts of you to be shown, you allow in the kind of energy that you need. And what you don't need, what doesn't resonate with that authenticity, can't stay in your bubble. It's okay to be where you're at. It's okay to be uncertain, to be processing, to not know your next move. Just be there for yourself. Feel and heal and breathe into those spaces. Knowing that you're building that circuitry, you're building that capacity for all of your next moves forward. Knowing by holding that space, this space for yourself, you can transform and transmute all of those things. Releasing what you no longer need to hold on to, what's no longer serving you with this full moon. Allowing the light to be shown on the parts of yourself that you try to hide. Stepping into your authenticity, into your voice, into your knowing, and into your inner trust. Clearing any more gunk out of your energy field. Taking that deep breath and releasing. Picture me clearing your field, little wind coming through. Clearing out any gunk that's left in that aura. Take another deep breath and release anything that no longer needs to be held on to. Let it feel so very good. It's always so hard to stop playing for you guys. Thank you for joining me once again and allowing me to serenade you on a Wednesday night. If you would like to book an in-person or virtual session, you can always stop by my website at www.starlotus.com. And you can find all the services I offer there. Also, please subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, share it with anyone you might think needs some grounding, needs some breath. As we end this year out, stepping into a new form, a new way of being, a new way of allowing, a new way of embracing ourselves and not pushing those parts of ourselves away. Creating that connectivity in the system and deeper understanding. I'm so proud of you guys for taking the space and time for yourself today. It's always so beautiful to have you here with me in my little studio sanctuary. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your evening. The replay will always be available on YouTube. I'm just sending you guys all my love and many blessings. Make sure to keep taking those deep belly breaths, checking in with the system, and transmuting anything that's coming up. Thank you guys so very much, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening or day whenever you watch this. Let's see if this turned off through here. Nope, we have to go to the big computer today, guys.